Hey there, this is Dr. Philip Young, and with the Beauty Docs channel, and to all my followers, thank you for subscribing and being a part of our YouTube channel. I'm here with Dr. Richard Castellano. We're going to be talking about beauty, how it applies to his Smile book. He's a national bestseller. He has this book called The Smile Prescription. He has another bestseller too. You can pull it up.
There we go, The Smile Prescription.
He's from Tampa, Florida. And he created the Image Lift, and we were both working with Lifestyle Lift at one point. I've known him for many years, since 2005, I believe.
Time flies.
Yeah, I know. This guy's one of the best guys I know.
Oh, you're so kind. I love this guy too. Dr. Phil's an amazing genius.
He's like he's like my mentor. You know, we learn from each other. So, thanks for being here. I just wanted to ask you a few questions,
sure,
you know, on our channel.
And by the way, we're having such a great time in Seattle. Like, oh my gosh, amazing. And thank you so much for taking my family around. We saw great sights. I love Seattle. We have to come back.
Yeah, we saw the Gum Wall. We went to the Columbia Tower Observatory, and their family is such a beautiful family.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I kind of want to tie in, like, in my practice, what we concentrate is thinking outside the box to get the best results, and part of it was trying to find out what really people look at in terms of beauty. And I wanted to tie this in with Dr. Castellano. I know that to me, you know, our body language is really important. Our body actually influences our mind. For example, you can hold a fake smile with a tongue blade, and you can read a comic, and you can say, people that have a smile that aren't actually smiling, but they assume the position, they actually see that comic and say, oh, it's so funny. Your body will influence your mind more than the other way around. But we often think of it as the other way around. But how does the Smile Prescription, the book that you wrote, the national bestseller, congratulations.
Thank you.
How does that tie into all this? Like, how does the smiling, you know, during your daily life make your life better, and how does it apply to all your other elements of your life, like social, work, your relationships, etc.?
Absolutely. So there's a name for it. They call it the facial feedback hypothesis. And all it means is whatever you have on your face. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Whatever expression you have on your face is going to impact your body. If you're here and you're chill and you're neutral, you're going to act and behave a certain way. If you're here, if I just hold this face and you tell me something, hey Rich, how are you feeling today? I'm going to come up with a different answer. I'm going to act differently. I'm going to move my body differently. And if I'm here like this, it changes what we think, what we feel. So the facial feedback hypothesis, I made the decision that in my life I was going to smile as much as I can, because we got a lot to smile about.
Mm-hmm.
We're healthy, our families are healthy. I love being a physician. I love knowing people like Phil Young. And so then I found out people treated me so much differently just because of the facial expression I wore. If I walk around like this all day, just flat, people, they don't like you as much. By the way, there's research to back all of this up. If I walk around like this, people I don't even know will just be nice to me and courteous and say things to me, and we engage in conversation. So there's research to show, when, just like you said, when you assume the position and you smile and you read a comic, they found out that people found the comics funnier.
Yeah.
They've also found out that when you put a smile on your face, just try this if you're watching this video, put a smile on your face right now. Just put a smile on your face and see if it changes. Go ahead, put your smile on there it is, and see, does it change how you feel? It actually lowers our heart rate to put a sustained smile. Your heart rate gets lower. That lowers stress. We need that in our society. Not only does smiling lower your heart rate and stress, there's statistical research to show that we stay married longer.
Yeah, for sure.
Just from smiling more. People in photos that smile bigger, they stay married longer, which would be certainly very valuable. I want to stay married to the wife. She's the woman of my dreams. And there's even research to show that we live longer by smiling more. I'm prolonging my life right now just by smiling more. I'm trying to live longer. So when all that data is there, then I realized when it comes to beauty, when our patients would come through, we've seen very attractive women, very attractive people, very good-looking, aesthetically looking faces.
Right.
But if they don't smile,
Oh,
They
it's
don't
a
look
huge
that
indicator.
attractive.
Yeah.
They don't look, and patients will come in and I say, well, tell me, where's your focus so that I know that we're addressing what's important to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the instant pain in their faces. Oh, this bothers me, or I've got this scar, or I got more wrinkles here now. When I smile, it gives me these wrinkle lines. Or you think I should smile more? I don't. And you literally see the pain in their face. Now, when you pay someone a compliment and say, "You look so beautiful," how do people receive that? They go, "Thank you."
Yeah, they love that.
I feel better and I'm connecting with my spirit. So you're saying I should be more happy by smiling day around. So yes, the more you smile, I don't make the rules up, you will feel happier. Even if you're faking it, the time we need to smile the most is when we want to smile the least.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? I am so frustrated right now. I really don't feel like smiling. Oh my gosh, we made all these plans and it fell through. They said they were going to do this and they didn't.
Yeah.
But I'm going to smile through it and it changes how you feel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your nonverbal actually tells you more. I mean, a lot of people know this though, and it takes a while to learn it, but your nonverbal will tell people more of what you're thinking than your verbal.
That's
it's
so
like,
true.
Like I'm really happy, but they're not going to believe that, and it's hard though. I mean, it takes a lot of work, to get used to smiling all the time.
Yes.
But it's just going to bring more to your life.
You have to change that pattern. Now, there are smile intensifiers. So let's just say, both of us, let's just smile into the camera now. Like we're smiling like this. Now, if you want to intensify that smile, here's how you intensify it. You open your mouth. So you go from here, and then you go.
I'll do it too.
It makes you want to laugh. It's like, it's silly.
Yeah.
But now you've just changed your face. There you go. You're smiling. Great job. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
and thanks
responding.
for the comments. But your face changes how you feel, how other people treat you.
Right.
When I do a consult, I tell all my patients, I got 4 categories in the checklist.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sagging, we can tighten. We'll put things back where they already were. If we lose the volume, we'll fill. And then if we get sun damage, wrinkles, and sunspots to the skin, we polish and repair the skin. The 4th category, it outshines everything else.
Right.
And that's our behavior. And none of our treatments look as good on the face as Mother Nature's free facelift.
For sure. And then, humans, like, it's related to autism, all this, and it's related to how we interact and with people. We have motor neurons in our brains, and it's huge. Like, we tend to mirror people, and that's a way that we connect. Like, if you analyze people when they have conversations, the more they mirror each other, the more they're connecting. But it also goes with smiling. If you're smiling, you're more likely to get a smile back. And it also goes with arguments.
So
if you argue and you argue and they argue more and the temper goes up, it's a roller coaster. So you can actually influence people to feel better in a lot of ways. If you display anger's going to come back. If you smile, you're more likely to get a smile back. Have you kind of touch on that a little bit?
Absolutely. Some people tell me, is it kind of being aggressive, smiling a lot? I say, I suppose you could do that. Yeah. Like I'm aggressively saying, I really care about you so much that I want to communicate this, and I really do want to affect our interaction. I want us to have a good interaction. So whether you're saying it's a battle with smiling, but a lot of people will battle you with negativity. You ever notice that? Right? Yeah. Some people will try and intimidate or bully or pressure the situation with seriousness. Well, you better not do this, or if you cross the line and you make a mistake, I'm going to hold you accountable. Did I hear you say the wrong thing there? Don't let me catch you. Well, instead of pressuring the situation with that, let me pressure with saying, you know what? Hey, I really care about you. Hey, I can create a ton of value for you. I'm so excited that we've got this opportunity to be here. It's going to be great. And I'm communicating that to you non-verbally by smiling. I'm so happy about this.
And there's nothing wrong being happy. I remember when I was in junior high, it was like almost like the way people used to connect was like, oh, how you doing? Oh, man, I've been having this thing go on. And then you listen to them. But, there's nothing wrong to be there. There's nothing wrong with being happy. I mean,
absolutely
smiling, and I mean that's the other side of maybe the population. But
it was a good question that just came up too. Can smiling help you with social anxiety and depression? And the answer is absolutely yes.
Sure.
Let's say social anxiety. Let's say you go to a party, you don't know anybody in the room,
right?
And we all know that feeling. It's uncomfortable. So what does that face look like? Like it's like this. But if you say, boy, I don't know anyone here, and you just put that smile,
right.
people will treat you differently. Now, if you're depressed, you put a big smile on your face, you look in the mirror and say, I feel so depressed right now. Even if you gotta cry, just have a few tears and say, I just don't feel like smiling good. I'm crying and smiling, and this is silly. What is that crazy? What are those crazy doctors saying that I gotta... It is very hard to be depressed when you're smiling. It's very hard to be depressed when you just put your hands straight up in the air. It's not easy. It's, hey, Rich, how you feeling? Oh, miserable.
So is that a technique to hold up your hands?
Your body physically will change how you're... Raise your hands up, right? Put your hands up in the air. It kind of feels good. So cringy, trying to fake my feelings. If you really put the intention there. Here's the other thing that will help you. Go spend time with other people who smile. Say, but I'm just faking it. Well, here's a question for you. Do we have a lot to smile about?
Yeah, for sure.
Are we in the hospital?
Are you walking?
We got a heartbeat.
Exactly. Are you living, breathing?
Even if you don't have a job, if you live in our society,
for sure,
the government will give you money for free. If you have not, I mean, there's plenty of fallback. Don't be a perfectionist when you try and do this. If you try and be a perfectionist, you beat yourself up. Just keep it simple. It's not easy being human.
Yeah, there's an interesting study they talk about like maximizers and satisficers. The maximizers will spend a lot of time trying to decide over, like, for example, candy bars. There's like 30 candy bars. They actually
take a bite.
Right. They actually make a better decision on some product, but yet they question their decision, and they actually are less happy. Whereas the satisficers, they'll actually pick, just as long as it's good, but they'll be happier with their decision. It may not be better, and it goes with all sorts of products. So people that are satisficers tend to be happier. It's kind of, I thought that was an interesting study.
I love that. Here's a simple question. How happy would you like to be? How well would you like to be treated by other people? How successful do you want to be in your job? If you show up to work and you're a low smiler, you drive other people away from you. Once you answer those questions, how happy do you want to be? How successful do you want to be in your job? And how well do you want to be treated by others? When you know the answer to that, then you know how much you need to smile. If you want to be treated better, just smile more. It works. I don't make the rules up.
Right. Yeah, in terms of that other question, well, if I feel like I'm faking it, well, sometimes, faking it may be that you're faking it, but studies have showed that if you keep smiling, you'll actually end up feeling better.
You will feel better.
You're not going to be faking it for
long.
Then
it's genuine.
Exactly.
And let's say I'm meeting Dr. Young for the very first time. And let's say I called him Dr. Smith. I called him the wrong name. It's embarrassing to call someone the wrong name. And he corrects me and I say, oh, I'm so sorry, but I smile. But if I show interest and I'm smiling, he will see, in his mind it'll say, wow, Dr. Rich was kind of awkward and that was embarrassing for him to do that.
Yeah.
But he's persisting and he's still smiling. He must really care.
Mm.
And we know these things on a deep level, so the smile will carry you through. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Try it for yourself and see how does it feel.
I do know it works for Rich. He smiles like all the time. I mean, he's bigger than life, and I go on these conferences with him, and he literally knows everyone. The thing is, I had a story, like, there's a person that went to med school with you, and he's like, Rich has been like that forever. I mean, like, when he went to medical school, he was like meeting everybody. Hi, I'm Rich Castellano. And they eventually said that you became like one of the leaders in med school. So, you've been doing this for a long time. So it's kind of a natural transition for you to be like the smile doctor.
Well, I love life. We have a lot to smile about, and I am doing this for completely selfish reasons. I just love to smile more. And I've discovered with my patients, even if I don't do any treatments at all, if I get them to smile more, I give a lot of my patients smile homework.
Nice.
I'm like, you got to do some smile push-ups. I ask every patient in my practice to smile in the mirror. And when you smile, it plumps the cheeks. That's our model, because we're going to plump the cheeks. It tightens this here, softens a little bit through here.
Nice.
This is how some people smile when they look in the mirror. They look in the mirror like this, and they go like this. They go. Like they're really trying to just get it out, and
there's like something holding it down or something.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Some people have a debilitated smile.
Oh.
If you don't do it that much, we get debilitated, and then when they really want to smile, they can't. It doesn't come as easily. So
I know I need to smile more too. I mean, like,
we
compared
all
to you,
could try
you smile like all the time. So
I
that's
practice a
something
lot.
can do all
I love to be the Michael Phelps of smiling. I want to smile when the chips are down and things are going wrong. I'm like, how can we make this better? I want to help people smile. I want to help my wife and kids smile more.
Yeah,
you
me
know,
too.
and it makes a difference. And so, you know, you read our book. There was many times in my life where it was very difficult for me to smile. And those are the times we need to smile the most. So check out our book. It's on Amazon. It's on audible.com. You can download the audiobook. You will love it. It's guaranteed to make you smile. And if you give this book to someone and they do not smile after reading this book, then you can just whack them over the head with it. And then, no, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's a joke. Just try and get you to smile. But,
so yeah, there's another thing that in my videos that talked about the 7 principles of self-help books, and one of them is about just in the happiness book by Matthew Ricard. It talks about, well, what is depression? You know, it's related to smiling, and they often say, this is a really interesting topic though, that they said that depression is almost a state of selfishness. I mean, that was
very
really
focused on yourself.
Exactly.
So focused on
That
yourself.
was
They don't
brilliant
like
to
me.
me.
I'm feeling this. And depression.
And it's all about you. It's all about my
That's
depression.
right.
It's about my feelings.
That's right.
But if you think about that, what they tell you is that instead of concentrating on yourself, you concentrate more on people around you and giving and serving. Then it's less about, oh, my feelings are I'm so sad, and I mean, it's an interesting way of looking at it. But have you ever heard that? Like,
absolutely. When you start serving, it's natural for anyone and everyone to feel depressed. If you're feeling depressed, you accept it. You just don't have to stay there, right?
Right.
Someone's gonna take a picture. Here's the
Show
book.
me the
There's
book
a comment.
again.
Here's
Okay.
the book. Okay, there's the book right there. The Smile Prescription. And take a picture
someone wanted
by
that.
Rich Castellano. Thank you. And so when we're focused on ourselves, on some level you can connect, and it feels good to connect with yourself because you're just so in tune. Even if it's a negative feeling, there can be some good feeling about that. You're welcome. But the moment you are feeling depressed, if you're so depressed, like when I was in the airport flying over here to Seattle, some woman had way too much to carry and she dropped her food and some rice spilled out in the thing.
Oh my gosh.
And she was trying to pick it up with one hand while she was holding all this stuff. And I just walked over to her right away and I'm like, let me help you. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Your
like,
hands
don't have
were
to
all in the
apologize.
rice and all.
Yeah. I cleaned up the rice. I wiped it up and left a spot. I didn't want someone to slip. So she
Nice.
couldn't pick. So I just did it. And you feel good when you're helping other people. So when you go externally, even though I was stressed out about, in fact, we were the last ones on the plane to Seattle. We had 5 in our family. They didn't book us a seat. They oversold the flight. So they were waiting for someone. Yeah. And I was stressed out, my kids, so we were stressed, and this thing happened while they were trying to figure that out. I went and helped this woman, and immediately I just felt good. The stress melts away. So when you go externally, you say, how can I help that person? And you make that person smile. And she was so thankful. She was so sweet. She said, thank you. You're so kind. Well, we love hearing those things. Yeah. Say, oh, don't worry about it. I'm just helping you out. It goes external and makes you feel good. You receive it back.
Yeah, I'm reading this happiness hypothesis book, and it talks just about that. They say that they measured all the different ways that people felt happy and how it lasted. And one of the things they found that really lasted in people was when they give, like when they do something. And I'm not saying this like I do this all the time. I know I need to do more in terms of giving. But they say that when you give, it has much more
You're a
lasting.
very giving person.
Oh, I can be better for sure.
Hey, we can always be better. One of the most giving people that I've ever met. And when you do those things, you give and it comes back, but you can measure how much happiness there is.
Yeah.
By the smile. Oh, actually, so I got to show this to you here. We got to show you the smile. Here it is. Perfect. This is the smile. Here it is, right here. You can measure.
Look.
You can measure it. Let's see if we get that without the lighting there.
Yeah.
Let's see how close we get that in there. So that is the smile score.
I
Depending
like that.
on how much you smile or how little you smile.
Is that you?
These people are happier. These people are happier here. These are less. Happier, less.
That's actually you.
Yeah, that's me. And if someone is a 0 smiler, that's actually dangerous. So you can measure these things and you can feel it. But when you're around people that are low smilers, you're going to start feeling a little low. And when you surround yourself with people who are high smilers, you're going to start feeling better. So I just love to keep it that simple.
Thanks a lot, Rich. Rich, it's really Wonderful to have
It was
you.
great, man.
You're one of the smartest people I know.
Thank you. You're so kind.
um,
And likewise, iron sharpens iron.
Guys, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. Someone really smart told me that one time. And you need to surround yourself with people that are like Rich, people that are going to lift you up. They often say that misery loves company, but there's all sorts of other things that love company. Negativity, bad attitudes, etc., etc. But you need to find people like Rich that, can teach you about smiling. And, the more people you have around like that, the better you're going to be doing. And it's not that I'm coming from a point where I know everything. For sure, it's not. But what did that just say?
That was an important comment. She's
Someone-
mentioned about how their dad had
Yeah.
passed away from suicide. So first of all, you have our condolences. That's never easy.
Yeah,
And let me
sorry
say
about that.
this in that I'm not saying that you're going to wipe away depression and cure everything. But what I am saying is, can we make it a little bit better? Unfortunately, about 100,000 people, over 100,000 people every year commit suicide. Every year around this world. Millions of people have depression. But you can measure these things. The more depressed we get, the lower the smile score gets. Okay? It's diagnostic and it's therapeutic. Even if you're feeling in the pits, it lifts you up some. So I'd love to change the world. We can't make it perfect. I can't do that. I'm not God.
Yeah.
But if we can make it a little better. And so you have our condolences about your family member, your father, passing away, committing suicide. I've had one of my uncles, I've had close friends from years past that have a close friend that I used to play a lot of tennis with, committed suicide. And you could see the smile. This is before I realized the true importance of the power of smile.
Yeah.
But look at Robin Williams. Before Robin Williams committed suicide, he took a picture at a Dairy Queen with one of the attendants. This was his face. He looked so dejected. He took a picture. He's like,
Oh gosh.
it was awful. You just want to go up to him, give him a hug, and say, "Oh." When you see someone like that, you have got to intervene right away.
Right.
And if we are not able to make ourselves smile,
Mm-hmm.
all of us, if you tell someone, if you force someone to not smile, they're going to get depressed.
Yeah, and you have to make sure that they've studied this. Like people who are more likely to commit suicide have less social connections. You can't you can't live in an island, and it's not like I'm out there having all these different social connections, but at least I know that. And the more if you're able to know, it's the first step to like changing. But you can't isolate yourself. You have to have multiple social connections. They study this. So
Again,
also,
when you're giving out to
Chester
other people.
Bennington recently, so sad for that. Who's Chester Bennington?
I don't know who Chester Bennington is,
I
but
don't know who
it's
that
all
is,
too
but,
common. And the lead singer for LinkedIn, the other
Right.
musician that recently. So
The
the bottom line is
Soundgarden lead singer.
the
Chris
bottom line is
Cornell or something.
this is actually very serious. If you have a family member or friend that is a super low smiler, and then they start throwing out, they want to harm themselves,
Right.
you've got to intervene. And if you can just find a way to get them to smile, no matter what, silliness, craziness, whatever you do, just get them to smile,
Yeah.
and it will make them feel better. It is a natural antidepressant. I take 4 antidepressants. My antidepressants are, I exercise as much as I can. We had a great workout this morning. I spend time with my family as much as I can. I eat as healthy as I can. And my faith is important to me. And those are my 4 antidepressants. If I don't take my 4 antidepressants, I get depressed.
I thought you were going to tell me you have 4 medicines that you take.
Those are like medicines.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean,
So-
exercise increases your endorphin levels, which will definitely help you. Endorphins are like opiates, your natural body's opiates. There's so many different studies on exercise
But
leading to.
learn more about it. Thank you. Thank you for trying it. Thank you for having me on. Check out the book. It's on Amazon. It's on Audible. And learn more about us. Follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/ImageLift. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
so
having
much, and
me
thank you
on your
also
video.
for commenting. I think it was Ziz or something. You made a lot of really good comments. It really stimulated our discussion, and we
Thank
want to
you.
thank you. And sorry to hear about what you're going through, but definitely don't isolate yourself.
Don't
Talk
give
to
up.
people. Exist in Spain.
Yeah, you can-
You're from Spain.
You can order this
Okay.
book in Spain. You can
Yeah.
definitely order it. You can download the Kindle version. You can listen to the audio, audible.com.
anyways, don't isolate yourself. Make sure to just communicate with all the people that you know, and it's always good to have people around you. You know. Anyways, you should check out that book, Happiness by Matthew Ricard. That might help you in this situation. It's helped me. It's an amazing book, and I was just talking to Richard about that.
Yeah.
And, anyways, Richard,
all the resources, use it.
So anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. It's so nice to have Richard here. He's like a brilliant guy. He's kind of a sort of an inspiration for me. In fact, you inspired me to do more studies on my facial beauty. He told me about 3 years ago that, you know, you really need to do more studies on it, and I listened to him, and that led to 2 different presentations at national meetings, and one paper that I published in December 2016, and another one that I'm working on to finish
proud.
up. And you know, he's one of the guys that I've talked to, and he's really influenced me. So if you can find people like that too, it's going to really help your life.
Awesome. I'm so proud. I'm so touched. So until the next
Rich.
time, man, we got to talk soon. We got to do this again.
For sure. Thanks, guys, for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks
Bye.
for joining. More to come soon.